Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing something a little bit new and different for me today. If you saw my haul, I believe you would have seen that when we went to Rue21, which is one of my favorite stores for finding clothes, I saw that they had a makeup line and I decided to try it and see if it's as cheap as the price or if the price is low but it's good quality. So I got a few things from there. I got this matte, it says matte liner. It's a black eyeliner pen. I got this all-in-one face palette and it has eyeshadows on the top and then blush, bronzer, highlight on the bottom. The highlight is kind of a close color to the blush, so not sure how highlighted it's going to make me, but I thought I'd try it out. And then I got a few things for the lips. I got this lip contour kit. I thought that sounds pretty fun. I've actually never contoured my lips. I know that there are a ton of videos on how to do that, but I thought let's see if this kit actually helps me do that. I got a red lip gloss here, and I got two lipsticks. It was really hard to find things that looked good because most of their lipstick was kind of messed up where people had played with it and ruined it or something like that, but I was able to find a few things and I thought I'd try them out today and give them a little wear test and see if they're any good. They were all pretty inexpensive. Even this huge palette here, well, I guess not huge, but it's a good size palette here. I believe this was only $7. So if this works, then that's a really cheap option for something that's an all-in-one palette. That would be really easy to travel with, or if you're just starting out your makeup collection. I'm gonna start out with my eyes, and I'm going to try out these eyeshadows. It comes of course with your typical eyeshadow applicator, as well as a nicer little brush here, but I'm actually just going to use my own brushes because why not? And I think I'm done with the eyes for today. I just wanted to keep it pretty simple and not worry too much about having to do a lot of blending and shadow work, but you know, I'm happy with it. I really like the color, so I'm just wondering how it's going to wear through the rest of the day, and we'll see if it creases or if the color disappears or wears off. I'm really curious how it's going to wear long term because so far I have no complaints about the three or four colors that I used, so I'm wondering if I'm going to have any in a few hours. We'll see. Now I'm going to apply this lip liner, this eyeliner, and put on my mascara. That's what comes next, and I'll be right back to do my bronzing and contour, all that fun stuff with the rest of this face palette and to try out the lip products. And I have my eyes done now. The eyeliner was kind of a bust for me. I had a lot of trouble getting ink out of it. The tip was especially dry, and for an eyeliner pen, that's one of the most important parts because you want to get that nice sharp line, and I just was not able to do that. Even getting ink out of the side I found really difficult, so one of my eyes kind of looks funny compared to the other ones, but I did my best, and now I know as far as eyeliner maybe is not the best. Anyways, I got my mascara on as well, and I'm ready to try out the contour shade. So I'm not upset about this palette at all. I didn't love the eyeliner, but this is good for me, and I'll probably use this again. Now, the last thing we have to do is the lips, since everything else is done right now, and I want to start out and try out this lip contour and see if it actually works. There's very little in the way of directions on here. I thought there would be a little bit more maybe in the box. But if you look on the back, it just shows you lip contour. It has little numbers, and it says 1 center, 2 cupid's bow, 3 highlight. I hope that these are numbered to tell me which is which. But here are the 3 colors. You have a darker, like a nice red, you have a bright pink, and then the pencil you can't see very well because it was a bit hard, but it actually matches this color here. And I would assume that the pink color would be more of a highlight, but I don't know. I do not know. There, like, really, it does not say. There are no numbers. So I feel like this highlight kit is a bit of a bust. Like, how am I just supposed to guess which is which? I don't know. Alright, I'm going to start with lining my lips with the bright pink pencil. Then I'm going to try filling in the line with the bright pink lip gloss. Should I just wear this color today? Go bright, bright, bright. Alright, then let's try the darker color on the outside. That would make sense. You know, I don't think that turned out terribly. The edges are not perfect because I'm kind of winging it with this tiny little mirror, but you know, it does not look awful, at least from here. What do you think? Do my lips look contoured? It's just a little bit lighter pink in the middle and it has red on the outside. And I don't think it's a bad look. So I would say this contour kit isn't terrible. I will say it's not the easiest thing to do because the directions on the back are just non-existent. Like, what kind of directions are these? Tells me nothing. But kind of figured it out and it's not bad. Ultimately though, I think I would say if you decide that you want to try to do this lip contour thing where the middle is brighter, I would just find a video and follow that person's guide because those directions are probably going to help you a whole lot more. Also, this lip gloss really is drying down more like a liquid lipstick. It is not coming off right now, even when I'm scrubbing. So I'm not quite sure why they call it a lip gloss, because it dries down just like a liquid lip. I don't know. Seems very confusing, but again, it's inexpensive makeup. Though, to be fair, this contour kit is the same price as the palette, so they were both $7, and I feel like you get a lot more value with the palette. Whereas with this, you might as well just get your own lipstick, 2 different colors, and contour it yourself using a video. Anyways, I'm gonna take this off because I think it's cute, but ultimately, I still want to try out the last 3 things I got, so I'm gonna go take this off now that I know that it works. And try out these. Also, I just cannot stop staring at myself over there. I'm very sorry. Give me a minute. And I'm back with my handy dandy mirror and the 3 other lip products. So let's look at the 2 lipsticks really quickly. These were $3 a piece. I got a pink one that's a lot brighter than I thought it would be. This one is fuchsia. Should have known from the name what it would be. And then this one just says light pink. They worked really hard on those names for sure. And it really just is a very light, you can barely even see it. It's that light of a pink. And then we have this gloss, which doesn't really have a name. It's just a lip gloss. Has one of those, ooh, whale. That came out fast. Let's just smear some on my hand. It really is quite glossy and it's a very pretty red. Sorry for the little sploosh over there. But there it is, really pretty. Let's see how it looks on top. Well, I just kind of hid the other colors completely. No, too much. Okay. You know what? I'm making a mess. Give me a second. Okay, I'm taking a tiny bit. I'm going to try putting it on top of these colors. So it really does just darken them up a bit. The fuchsia's a little less ooh in your face pink, and the light pink just is given a little bit more life. I think for today I'm actually going to wear light pink because I'm really not feeling super bright and out there. I have to do dishes, do some editing, so it's not really a very exciting day. So I think I just want to kind of keep it simple. Clean off all the gunk off my hand. And let's see how this applies on the face. I feel like this is completely the wrong color for me. Let's see if putting some gloss on top is gonna darken this up. This just like, what is even happening on my face right now? I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Okay. Seriously, I just cannot not squirt out too much of this stuff. I do think the lip gloss helped it not be such a crazy color on me, but I still am not quite sure that I like this color. Let me know what you think. Is this a good color? I don't know. So I'm actually going to take it off and try the fuchsia and see if I like that any better. I thought I didn't want to go bright today, but I don't know. I also don't want to look completely terrible. And I think we're going with fuchsia. Neither of these are super pigmented, so if you want full coverage and all the color, you're gonna have to go over quite a few times in order to get that, or put down a concealer base on your lips, which is another possibility. I don't hate the formula. I'm gonna see how it wears through the day while also testing just everything else at the same time. And I'm gonna maybe just put a little bit of gloss on. Just tones it down a tad for me. And I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe they won't be terrible, but I will check in after I've worked for a few hours and, you know, done some dishes and stuff like that, and we'll see if I actually liked all of it, and I'll give you my final thoughts on it. So I'll see you in just a second. And I'm back at the end of the day. It is, I guess it's not super late, but it's time to wind down, and I'm ready to give my final thoughts on everything. So I think I have tested it just fine, enough to know how I feel about it all. The palette, I think, is definitely a win. All the colors are still in my eye. They still look good. There wasn't any creasing, even though I went outside into the heat. And I just think that everything stayed put and it stayed pigmented really well. So for $7, I think this is a great deal. The only thing I don't like about it is every single color in here is a shimmer shade. So shimmer isn't good for all situations and for all looks that you want, so that could be a problem. But if you're looking for shimmer shades, this is really good, and I think it's going to be a nice addition to my collection along with some other palettes that I have. So this I'm definitely not mad about. Totally going to be using this again. The eyeliner, it wore really well. It didn't wear off, it didn't transfer, so I don't mind the formula of this. However, the pen was rather dry. You can just see, like, it's barely going. It takes quite a bit of time for there to be any pigment, and even now there's barely anything there. So that kind of ruined this for me, just because it's so dried out already, and I did not get this a long time ago, so there's really no reason for this. The contour kit I thought was a lot of fun once I finally figured it out, and these are definitely not glosses. They're definitely dried down as liquid lipsticks. But honestly, I don't know that you need to like rush out and get this, or, you know, honestly, you can do this with colors you have at home already unless you have no colors at home. But I thought this was fun, but not necessarily super worth it. The other two lipsticks wore really well. I like that as they wear off, they kind of leave a stain on your lips. So even once the fuchsia that I was wearing wore down, I still have color on my lips. My only problem is with the actual colors. I did put on the light pink for Jason when he got home from work, and he was just kind of like, you know, he thought it made me look a bit young. The color just wasn't right for me. So maybe if these are colors that are good for you, or if you're younger and these are colors that you normally wear, then fine. But for me, the colors themselves weren't super great, and there wasn't a lot of variety at the stores. So these, I don't mind the formula, just the colors are kind of for me when I have other colors I like better. This lip gloss was so highly pigmented and very glossy, and it does, you know, depending on how much you build it up, you'll get more color or less color. So I do think that this wasn't bad for the price, and it definitely is very creamy and glossy. So far, there's really only one thing that's a huge bust for me, but everything else was really good. And I think for the price point, I mean, you really can't beat it. And I'm actually surprised that I liked it as much as I did, because I was sure that everything would just be kind of blah. So those are my final thoughts. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you want to see me try out more things, and I would love to hear from you. But I'll see you in the next video.